Conrad. Inside the envelope was a letter painstakingly scrawled in the handwriting of an 8-year-old.
Dear Bradley, hi, my name is Taylor, and I'm 8 years old. How are you? Maybe we can be friends. I live in Africa, and I like to ride bikes and elephants. Your dad is real nice. He's helping Jesus make Katie better. Maybe you can come see me and your dad tomorrow. I'd like that. He'd like that too. I can tell he misses you when he talks about you. His eyes look sad. Well, I don't know what else to say, so goodbye. I love Jesus. I hope you love Jesus too, Taylor.
The simple, childish letter went straight to the doctor's heart. He read again, I can tell he misses you when he talks about you. His eyes looked sad. Yes, he did miss his son and his wife too. Before he left the hospital, he stopped by to check on Katie one more time. Her condition seemed to be worsening. After giving her something for the pain, he hurried to his computer to do some more research. He also called several of his colleagues to see if they had any advice. Although he got some good news, all the treatments were experimental at best, and time was running out. After a short and troubled night's sleep, Dr. Conrad went back to the hospital by 8 o'clock Saturday morning. Katie had been in pain all night, and her vital signs were weakening. He again increased the dosages of her medicine, which were already dangerously high. Feeling helpless, he retreated to his office. A couple of minutes later, his young visitor was back.
Come in.
Hi, Doctor.
Hi, Taylor. Have a seat.
Katie's not doing so well. Is she?
I'm afraid not, son. We're doing everything we can. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I am too. I guess the disciples must have been pretty sad on Saturday too.
What?
That's because they didn't know it was going to happen on Sunday.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? Jesus was in the tomb all day Saturday, and I bet his mom was crying just like my mom is.
Taylor, you've got quite an imagination.
Imagination nothing. That's the Bible. And you know what happened next?
What?
Easter morning came, and all the crying stopped.
Dr. Conrad found himself caring deeply about Taylor. Perhaps it was because he missed his own son, but whatever the reason, he didn't want him to get hurt. They had to be prepared for the worst.
Taylor, sometimes things happen we just don't understand.
You mean like Kitty getting sick and everything?
Yes.
Well, I've been thinking about that.
And what are your thoughts?
I think Kitty got sick, so I have to come here and tell you about Jesus.
Taylor, you have got to stop living in a dream world.
You're not a Christian, are you, Doctor?
Son, when I was your age, I went to Sunday school and heard the same Bible stories you have.
And you asked Jesus to come and live in your heart, too?
I don't remember.
Doctor, Jesus died on the cross to take away our sins. But he won't do it if you don't ask him.
You'd make a good preacher, Taylor.
I'm serious, Doctor. Jesus loves you very much, and I love you too. And you need to get saved.
Taylor, I appreciate your concern. I really do. But the one we need to worry about saving right now is Katie.
But you're worse off than Katie, and you don't even know it.
Taylor pulled a crumpled up gospel tract out of his pocket. He threw it on the doctor's desk and ran out of the room in tears. The doctor's heart was strangely moved by the boy's genuine concern for him. He silently longed for a life that was so simple, where the solution to every problem was the same: simply trust Jesus. But things just weren't that simple in the real world. Nobody loved anybody enough to die for them, not even God. Suddenly, an urgent message over the intercom grabbed his attention. There was an emergency in room 612, Katie's room. He bolted out of his office and ran up 2 flights of stairs. Katie had stopped breathing. Everything was in a state of emergency. Buzzers were going off and nurses were scurrying about. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Katie started breathing again. The emergency had passed, but clearly her condition was deteriorating. Dr. Conrad again increased Katie's dosage of medicine. Her fever was still dangerously high, and she was beginning to show signs of some internal bleeding. After advising Katie's parents that a blood transfusion would be necessary, the doctor went to the nurse's station to make the arrangements. Taylor was right behind him.
Doctor,
What is it now, Taylor?
does Katie really need some blood?
Yes, she does.
Then I want to give her mine.
That won't be necessary, Taylor. We have a blood bank here at the hospital that's very well stocked.
But I've already promised the Lord that I'll do it. Besides, I've got really strong blood. I got over the disease, didn't I?
You know, son, you're right. Perhaps the antibodies would help.
Dr. Conrad hurried back to talk to Taylor's parents. Getting blood from a child donor was highly unusual, but they were running out of options. When the doctor found out that Taylor's blood was a perfect match with Katie's, he met with Taylor and his parents.
Taylor, your parents have given their permission, but I just wanted to make sure that you understood the procedure.
I understand.
Any questions?
Well, is it going to hurt much?
Oh, no. It's really quite painless. You'll feel a little prick when the needle goes in your arm, but it'll be over just like that.
Are you sure this will help Katie?
Well, I can't promise that, Taylor, but it's certainly worth a try.
Well, okay then, I'm ready.
It was clear to Dr. Conrad that Taylor, like most children, didn't like needles at all. Taylor soberly followed the doctor to a separate room where 2 nurses were preparing to take blood for their young donor. Taylor's eyes nervously darted about the room searching for Mom and Dad, who had stayed behind to watch Katie. Dr. Conrad was as gentle as he could be, but Taylor was still whimpering when he felt the needle. The blood was drawn quickly. Then the doctor hurried down the hall where he administered the blood to Katie, and the waiting began. Time was running out. No one was hungry for supper that Saturday evening. Outside the hospital window, clouds rolled in, signaling a change in the weather, and darkness came swiftly. As the spring storm released its fury, Mom and Dad were kneeling beside Katie's bed, pleading with God to save their little girl's life. Suddenly, a loud crack of thunder shook the room. It was an exclamation point sent directly from God. They were reminded that when Jesus walked on earth, he came to his disciples in the middle of a storm. Even as the thunder grew louder and the lights flickered, the Nelsons prayed that Jesus would once again come on the wings of the storm. Dr. Conrad spent the night catnapping on the couch in his office so he could check on Katie during the night. He was concerned that she might not make it until daybreak. Taylor and Mr. and Mrs. Nelson continued to pray while the lightning flashed and the thunder roared. As the morning began to dawn, the clouds started clearing. When Dr. Conrad entered the room at 7 a.m., Mom and Dad had fallen asleep in their chairs. But little Taylor was lying right next to Katie with his arms around her. A single ray of sunlight was peeking through the window, illuminating the two children, almost like God was shining heaven's spotlight on his two choice players in this earthly